Hey guys, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Head to the library to do some studying. Um, sometimes you might have to, sometimes you'll find yourself doing things to do well in school that you may not know you knew you could do. Like, for example, uh, they say that you need to get 6 hours of sleep minimum in college. I like to get 8. So, but I like to get 8. But everyone thinks, oh, you have to sleep at night. That's not true at all. I went to bed last night. I was reading this book. Uh, I went to bed at 7. Got up at 3. Took a shower. Had some breakfast. Rode my bike. Fell off my bike. And now I'm walking, making this video. I have a test today in one of my German classes. I really enjoy it, so I'm not too stressed out about it. The main reason why I'm getting up is because I'm trying to find time for my other classes where they just get pushed aside due to other classes. Sorry about the lighting. We're about to hit some light soon. What else? So, people ask me, well, what should I do if I get a bad grade? Well, just acknowledge the fact that this bad grade existed. You know, when you come to college, people are used to getting really high grades, but when they come to college, they say to themselves, oh my gosh, and again, hey, what happened? I was so good in high school. Yeah, you were good in high school, but you're in college now. And just because you were great in high school doesn't mean you'll be bad or great in college. It's all dependent on you. And it's going to take some time to figure out your studying methods. I know friends that they just they just can do everything the night before and pound it out, no problem. But they're very disciplined at it. When they study, they study. Like, they call themselves ghosts, meaning they go ghost, meaning that from the time they study, they turn off their phones, they shut off Facebook, they just isolate themselves. They don't tell anyone where they're at because they don't want to be bothered. Sorry, I'm coming down from a cold. So, I got a bad grade yesterday from one of my huge pre-med from my one of my high-level science classes. And I studied, but the week before the test, a friend of mine, I got some bad news from a friend of mine. He passed away. So there's nothing you can do from that. So, you have these mental blocks. I'm going off a lot of tangents, guys. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. So, what do? Well, I went through a grieving process. I still am. Like, you can't get over stuff like that. So, I'm sorry again. So, the question is, what do you do after you get a bad grade, even though there were factors you couldn't control? For example, like, you got bad news, or, someone took your books. Something you can't control. Well, you acknowledge the fact that it wasn't in your hands, so you can't blame yourself. 2, you're on damage control mode. Meaning that, okay, I got a bad grade. What does that mean now? And how can I improve it? How can I improve it? How can I cover it up? Well, if you can cover it up, as in like drop a test, that's great, you're in the clear. But let's say your professor doesn't drop class. Like a lot of professors in college that I had, they don't drop tests, bad tests grade. Well, you acknowledge the fact that, hey, I might not get the grade I want in this class, but it doesn't mean I can't work my ass off in other classes. So don't make excuses for yourself. That's one thing you don't do. Just don't give up. Oh, I did bad on this test, so therefore I'm going to do bad on the other test. That doesn't make any sense. You become unintelligent when you say that. What else? Well, and yeah, sometimes you have to work harder. And every day, I'm working harder and harder, working smart too. I'm working hard at working smart. I'm working smart at working hard. Uh, Probably the second one. So that's what you do. You work smart. You work hard. You work smart at working hard. So I'm gonna go to the library. That's why I'm going to the library at this early hour, where I know people won't be there. Get some work done. Isolate myself. Listen to some good music. Help me study. And this will. I'm not saying I'll get the best grade possible, but I'll get a better grade because I know I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the time. I'm putting in the effort. It doesn't mean you'll get an A. It doesn't mean you'll get a B. But hey, some people I know that they're doing horrible in classes and they're putting in the work just so they can get a C because they don't want to retake the classes or they're going to get credit. Because you'll find out that the deeper in your college career is, the more you don't want to fail a class, because some upper level classes for your major are only offered once a year, and you don't want to stay an extra year to take an extra class. Even though in the large scale of time, it's not a big deal. Out of like an average age of 90, taking an extra semester for school is not a big deal. The issue comes when it comes to financial issues. That's another video. You know, we have students paying in between 5 to 10% interest on loans when there are corporations out there who give you who they have to pay lesser interest to other bigger companies other than themselves, but we the people have to pay a higher interest rate for an education. It doesn't make any sense. And anyone tells me, oh, we can't have cheap education in America. America's too large. I'm like, I can imagine there are plenty of things we could cut and still have a great education system. Imagine there are some laws you can do. One law I would like to see passed, but from the politicians, not just in my Washington, D.C., but local politicians and state politicians and even city politicians, none of them ever talk about introducing a bill where all student loans have to be 1 to 3% interest, no more. I would love to see that bill passed, but you know what? I won't, because there are people out there, they won't admit it, but they profit from student loans. Because they're relying on the fact that students know the value of education and they're still going to take out the loans. I'll do another video on how to, my tips on beating the financial situation so you don't have to be 6 figures in debt with 5 to 8% interest. You're going to be in debt pretty much your whole life. And they want you to pay the minimum amount each month. They don't want you to get out of debt. Are you freaking kidding me? That's like getting rid of a cash crop right there. It's like, why the hell would I want them to pay more interest a month? That's why they tell you the minimum interest. Oh, just pay the minimum. It becomes like a habit. It's like brushing your teeth every day. One friend of mine, I actually believe that. He's, I'm not gonna give you his name, this person's name, but he's over. Let's say he's 6. I want to say he's 6. He is 6 figures, but I'm not gonna give you the number. It's not my. I don't have his permission to tell you. He says, "Oh yeah, I'll just pay the minimum. It'll just be like a habit. It's like paying a car payment, house payment, and like brushing your teeth every morning." He equated paying a minimum bill for his student tuition for the rest of his life like brushing his teeth. And this guy, he don't brush his teeth every day. I can tell you that. All right, guys, I have to go do some studying. I'll see y'all later. Sorry for all the tangents. I'm not used to making a video at 4 o'clock in the morning and walking my bike with y'all. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.